to pass on the positive message that is coming from the Democratic Republic of Congo. We are member of SADC. This year, Congo is chairing SADC. President Kabila is the chairman of SADC. We are doing our best to contribute to the stability of this region. And we are very pleased, we are very encouraged by the progress we have seen in Zimbabwe under the leadership of President Jacob Zuma as a mediator. As we speak, the major parties in Zimbabwe are talking to each other. The principals are talking to each other. Therefore, when people get together, from our experience, when you get together, you start talking, eventually you're going to find a solution. And we are asking the international community to look into the lifting of the sanctions against Zimbabwe so that the people of Zimbabwe can embark into the economic recovery of their country. It's time, because when you impose sanctions, basically it's the small men that are suffering, not necessarily the leaders. But today, the leaders are talking to each other. And we're embarking into a process which is going to put them into the path of peace and stability. So those our friends who have imposed sanctions in Zimbabwe, we're calling upon you to review their policy and lift those sanctions. Madagascar, under our chairmanship, we would like to see Madagascar also find solution. The Madagascar problem is very complex, but it's not as difficult as the difficulties we experience in Congo. Congo problem was more complex than what's in Madagascar. In Madagascar, you have the political parties fighting and so forth and so on. But today, under the mediation of the former President Chissano of Mozambique, Madagascar process, it's going to include all the parties, including the civil society, the church group, into their dialogue, so that together they can find a way out. So we are very encouraged by what's happening in Madagascar as well. By the time we leave our chairmanship, by the time we end the chairmanship to Namibia, the chairmanship of SADC to Namibia, that means in mid-August, I think we would have made a lot of progress in the region, in Zimbabwe, in Madagascar particularly, so that the entire region of SADC can be the most peaceful region on the continent of Africa. South Africa and the people of South Africa decided that if Congo is not stable, Africa will not take off economically. We needed a stable Congo for us to take over. Because Congo is an anchor country in Central Africa, occupying a very, geographically, a very important place. But when we embark into that process, there's always one person who is going to do more than the others. There are few individuals that distinguish themselves. They suffered with us, they followed us, they cried with us, and so forth and so on. So I would like to recognize two of those individuals that I think they distinguish themselves in helping Congo. One of them, I don't know, is Reverend Frank Chikane. Reverend, where are you? Come on, come here. I know you don't like it. Friend, but he carried a big stick. She carried a big stick. When we didn't listen to her, we saw the stick. When we behaved, she came smiling. And she was with us. She plays a very major role for us to reach a peace settlement. That's Advocate Bumbi. Where are you? Come here. She's media shy. She doesn't like you, but she's over. He's just coming from Zimbabwe. After helping us in Congo, he got involved in Zimbabwe. And he was in Congo for the 30th of June, 2 days ago. And then he went straight to Zimbabwe because he is part of the team, the negotiation team from South Africa, following the process in Zimbabwe. So although he's on here, let's give him an applause. those individuals that distinguish themselves, without them, we would not have been where we are. And I would like to end by thanking again the leadership of the ANC, the government of South Africa, from President Mandela all the way to President Jacob Zuma, and the people of South Africa for being with us, for helping us to achieve peace and stability in the Democratic Republic of Congo. May I then ask you to, somebody can bring me a glass, President Jacob Zuma and President Joseph Kabila of Congo, and to the well-being of the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo as they celebrate their 50th anniversary. Cheers. Thank you very much. Je vous remercie d'être tous venus ici. J'espère que vous allez suivre le message de notre président de la République à l'occasion de cet événement jubilaire qui marque le 50e anniversaire de notre indépendance. Le message du président était très simple. Nous avons parcouru un chemin qui était très long, qui était très difficile. Nous avons peut-être commis des erreurs. Nous nous sommes battus. On était divisés. Aujourd'hui, il est temps que nous puissions conjuguer les efforts et travailler ensemble. Même si nous avons eu des difficultés, mais quand même il y a eu du progrès, il y a eu des succès. Nous sommes réunis à Sun City et nous avons balisé l'avenir ensemble. Nous nous sommes retrouvés. On a retrouvé la paix à travers un processus de négociation. On est sorti de Sun City avec un consensus de mettre en place un gouvernement de transition, d'aller aux élections, et pour la première fois depuis 40 ans, on avait organisé des élections libres et démocratiques. Le chemin à parcourir reste encore long, mais ensemble, même dans notre diversité, parce que cette diversité qui existe dans notre pays, c'est un élément de fierté, dans la diversité, nous pouvons faire beaucoup de choses ensemble. Nous nous embarquons aujourd'hui dans un processus de reconstruction de ce beau pays. Et je suis convaincu qu'avec la bonne volonté de tous les Congolais, surtout les Congolais de la diaspora, nous réussirons notre programme économique. Avec la reconnaissance des institutions de Bretton Woods, d'annuler la dette nationale. Je crois que ça, c'est un message très fort. Ces institutions ont reconnu les efforts, les sacrifices que nous nous sommes imposés depuis 10 ans. Aujourd'hui, nous avons un petit ballon d'oxygène. Avec l'annulation de la dette publique, nous serons en mesure maintenant de commencer le processus de reconstruction de notre pays. Les moyens financiers que nous utilisions pour le service de la dette, on va dorénavant utiliser ça pour la reconstruction, pour payer les salaires, pour améliorer les conditions de vie de notre peuple. Donc le message du chef d'État est très simple. Tout le monde doit y contribuer. Le développement, il a dit, c'est le processus, c'est l'objet, c'est le résultat d'une vision. C'est le résultat d'une vision, il faut savoir où on va. Et moi, je vous lance un défi. Celui de vous mobiliser pour votre pays, pour apporter une contribution au développement de ce pays-là. Et nous devons ensemble définir une vision. Et moi, je vous suggère la vision suivante. Qu'on se mette tous d'accord que d'ici 25 ans, le Congo devienne un pays développé. Et pourquoi pas? Je vous